Hi, welcome to the Frugal Frau. I'm Suki, your host. And today I'm going to be grinding parched corn. And you can actually view my previous video on how to parch corn. And I'll put a link at the end of this video or also in the show notes. Now, to grind my corn, all I'll do is simply stick it in the hopper and we'll grind away. So I will see you once we start grinding. Okay, my parched corn is cooled and it's ready to grind. So I'm loading it in the hopper. Okay, I'll just start grinding now, and as I said, the parched corn is a lot easier to grind than the not parched corn, and of course it's got a higher nutritional value. And you can see it's grinding and coming out the bottom. At some point, I might, or we might devise another way to grind this, maybe using old bicycle parts or something, or even a small motor. But for now, this is what we're doing. We only grind about once a month, and I just get it all done. And it's like grinding day is arm turning exercise day. And really, I'm not having to apply that much effort to do this. Okay, I've adjusted the grind to be slightly coarser to make it a little bit easier to go faster. Now, if you want it super fine, you could re-put this into the hopper and grind it finer. But that's not necessary for the way I'm going to be using this. So you can see this is kind of a lengthy process, but it's a nice process. I don't mind it, and it smells wonderful while you're doing it. I finished grinding my parched corn, and I have a nice container here. Oh, I'd say that's about 4 pounds. And I have my uber parched corn for my parched corn coffee drink here. And you can see that when it's ground up, it actually is a bit darker than the other parched corn. Anyways, it smells great. It was a good workout. And I want to show you now, in a minute, how we've attached this to my workbench and to make it easier to get on and off. So we're going to change the camera angle so that we can show you that. Okay, so what I want to do is show you the mechanism we built to actually attach this to my workbench, and it's quite sturdy this way. It's basically an L-shaped block of wood with supports underneath that have been screwed in, and then the actual grinder has been bolted to this with 4 bolts, and it sits firmly in the vise of the workbench. Now, if I undo it, I can show that to you. Oops, I'm going to undo it. All right, so it simply lifts up like this, and then I have the 4 bolts here. I have these supporting blocks so that it's all flush with the top of the workbench while it sits in the vise. And I need to clean out this, and I'm just using a toothbrush to clean the bits of leftover corn meal out of here. And this was a clean toothbrush, but this is my toothbrush that I've reserved just for this cleaning process. And this is called the Country Living Grain Mill. I bought it in Washington State when I used to live out there, and I actually lived on an island where this was made, and I will put a link to that in the description. It's pretty heavy duty, and it has served me well over the years. Yeah. Okay, I've carefully removed the spring tensioner, and there's 2 of these little keys that also go in there to help keep the tension tight. They're really tiny little things. And I always keep a bowl handy to put them in so I don't lose them. And then I clean the auger, or some people call this a worm, off of there. Okay, and now this plate doesn't have to get removed to clean it, but I'm going to get in there and get as much out as I can and clean this all up. You can see why I do this in the workshop. One, because I have that sturdy base which fits into the very, very strong vise. So I don't have to ruin any countertops in the kitchen or anything like that. And not only that, I don't have to unbolt it and then rebolt it. And so that's convenient. I'm not too worried about making a mess down here because I'll sweep it all up when I'm done anyways. Because we make a lot of messes down here because it is the wood shop, so we're always planing and sawing and sweeping up lots of sawdust and planer shavings. Stick my skinny fingers up there. All right, and I'll just keep going until I have this cleaned almost all the way.